Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So today, let's talk about multimedia in HTML. Okay, so we have been talking about images, okay? And so we'll be talking about multimedia, and the next one we'll talk about forms. All right? So what is multimedia in HTML? Multimedia in HTML refers to audio, video, embedded media used to enhance user experience on a website. Now, if you want a user to maybe listen to an audio or watch a video on your website, or you even want to embed another media, okay, you can use, that's what the multimedia is all about. So you can also embed even another website in your website. Yes, you can embed another website in your website. So you can embed other media, audio and video. So how do you do that? So if you, in case you want a music players tutorial videos, okay, I just one of the assignment I gave I gave my students is that they should actually create a Spotify clone. Do you understand? Now, this is where you need the audio because when you go to Spotify, you are listening to an audio, right? You're listening to music. So when you see that audio, that is where, or you go to any website or at all to go and download any music or play any music online, all right? That is what you see there. If you go to YouTube Music, that is what you see there, the audio. So music players, tutorial videos, podcasts, if you animations, YouTube embeds. So if you want to embed all this media into your website, you need to understand multimedia. So HTML5 introduced native multimedia support, removing the need for Flash and plugins. Before HTML5, in HTML4 and thereabout, they used to use plugins and Flash. Okay, it was very tedious. So, as technology continues to grow, it becomes better. So, in HTML5, they introduced multimedia so that you can add video to your website. You can embed any media at all in your website. So, let's take a look at types of multimedia in HTML. HTML supports audio. So if you want to play music, you want to play any audio on your website, it is very, very possible. HTML supports video. It supports embedded external media. YouTube, Mac. So if you have a video on YouTube and you want people to see it on your website, you can embed it. All right. If you have a map and you want people to see that map on your website, you can also do that. So let's talk about audio in HTML. The audio tag is used to embed audio. So first of all, you use the audio tag, then you have to give it the source. Remember, the source is where is the where is the browser going to get the audio that you want to play. Then controls. This controls attribute does not have any value. Okay, you just say controls as an attribute. Then with this controls, that means it will show you all the controls. So let's go to my code. Um, I'll take everything out here. Okay. So here I'm going to embed an audio. I will use the audio tag. Okay. I will go with controls. Then I will come with source. So where is the source? So I have this Kendrick Lamar music, not like us. But I'm going to I'll rename it to let me just call it audio. All right. So that's the source because it is in the same folder. Because it is in the same folder with this HTML file, I'm going to say audio dot mp3 mp3. So if I save it now, run the code, go to live. You can see we have it here, and it has these controls. Do you understand? This is for the volume. You can actually play, so all these things. But if I go back now and remove the controls, you will no longer see those things. So what does this control do? The controls actually bring out the controls. You can see it's not even available anymore. Okay, so your control has to be there. We'll talk more about all the attributes. We are going to talk more about the attributes. So with the controls, we can actually play. What's happening? Oh, sorry. Control, and I was doing double T. So it's back. So if I play now, it will play. Okay. All right. Let's not get carried away by the music. Okay. So now, this is the audio tag. Although I made a mistake in my own, I didn't add the end tag. Okay. So now with audio tag, you can now embed music in your website. So, or you can actually have multiple formats of it. Okay. So in case you have you're not using only one format, only MP3, maybe you're using another format like music, like the .ogg. Okay, you can actually use the source. You can actually add this other source tag inside of it. Okay, but mostly MP3 is widely supported by browsers. It's widely supported by especially the modern browsers. So I wouldn't have to do this. So now let's take a look at some of the attributes. With the control shows the play pause controls. So if I remove it, it wouldn't it will not show all those play and all those things, all those controls, the play, the volume, and all those things. So if you also want it to automatically play, as soon as you load the page, you want it to automatically play, you would use you will add autoplay. So that means it's immediately I go to the browser. You see, I just saved it and it started playing. I made it autoplay. So so as soon as the browser loads, it will just start playing because you made it autoplay. And this autoplay does not have any it's an attribute that does not have any value. So if you want it to repeat, all right, repeatedly, you do loop. If you want it to stay muted, okay, if you want it to stay muted, okay, I don't think the loop will have enough time for the music to play after 4 minutes. But if you say, you can say loop, that means you want it to repeat as soon as it finishes. You can also say, if you say muted, okay, if you say muted, it will no longer play, as in it will stay muted. Look at it, it's playing, but it's muted. And look at this volume icon. You can see it has this cancel this thing on it, but I can unmute it from here. So now you can also although we'll still talk about JavaScript, but if you want to build any application that has to do with music, okay, these are the controls you can actually, the attributes you can control. So when the user say play pause, they mute it, autoplay, loop, repeat, all those things, okay. So we also have preload. The preload controls the loading behavior, okay. It controls the loading behavior. So let's take a look at the syntax. Controls autoplay loop muted. Preload is equal to metadata. Okay. So we have different types of format. We have the MP3, which is the most widely used, best support. Okay. We have OGG, we have WAV. So MP3 is just the best. I think I should just stick to that. If you want to embed video, what if you want to play video? You use the video tag. Exactly the same way. It has controls, it has source. Okay, you cannot give it width and height. Okay, you can give it width and height. So let's go and see if we can embed a video. So I have this video, my student's testimony. Can just say test.mp4. So I can embed video tag. Okay, so now I'll give it source. I'll give it source as test.mp4. Now the format I'm using is mp4. You can give controls. If you want loop, autoplay, stuff like that, you can give them. But I wouldn't want it to autoplay. So I'll go to the browser now. And you can see now it does the width is not controlled or the height is not controlled. So if you want to control it, you go back and say width, give it width of, let's say, give it width of 400. Okay. And height of 200. I save, go back to the browser. So you can see we have it here now. So look at the controls. So you can play, you can even download and stuff like that. So you can also make it muted, autoplay. You can also be on loop, something like that. Okay. So you can go and work, you can add any of the controls. So if you have multiple sources, okay, you can if you have multiple sources, you can actually add it. Now, if you take a look at this one has this poster. You know, this poster is like the thumbnail. When you go to YouTube, when you have a video, the thing on this, the first picture you see is the poster. So if you have any picture and you want to make it the poster of that, okay. So since we have some picture, let me go and show you. So I can come here and say poster is equal to, if I say image 1.jpg. So if I save it now, go to the browser, you can see. So this is the thumbnail. All right. When you have a video, if you want people to see the first picture they will see on your video is the poster attribute. You just give it the source of the image. So if you have multiple source, you can also add, but MP4 is most supported. So the attributes, we have the controls, the playback control that you already know. Autoplay, same thing with the one we saw, the loop, the muted. Then the poster is just the only difference here. So the poster is the only different attribute that is not available in the audio. So if you want to make media responsive, you can see here you can make it the maximum height to be 100% of its container. Okay, don't worry, when we start talking about CSS, you get to understand this. But now, if I want to make this my video responsive, I can just give it a maximum width of 100%. Okay, but there will be no need doing that. You're going to learn more about this responsiveness, um, maximum width, 100%, stuff like that in CSS. You can also make embedded media if you have an iframe. Okay, you can also make, I think I've somehow mentioned this when we were talking about images, the responsiveness using maximum width, the width of it, making it 100% of its container. So basically, this has to do with CSS, but since we have not discussed CSS, I'm not going to talk too much about it. Okay, but we are going to learn all these things in CSS. So if you want to embed YouTube videos, you use the iframe. You use the iframe. Look at the iframe. Use the iframe. What's it called again? Use the iframe tag. Use the iframe tag. Then the source. Now let me show you how to get the embedded. You cannot just put in. Okay, so let me have an iframe. I want to embed a YouTube video. What's wrong with my Visual Studio Code? Okay, let me go back. I want to embed an iframe. So let me show you. Sorry, my Visual Studio Code stopped working. Now, if I want to embed an iframe, I will come and say, okay, I will come and use the iframe tag. Sorry. I will use the iframe tag. Sorry. Then I will say source. Now, let me show you how you can get YouTube videos. Okay. You can also say allow full screen. or you can even leave it. We'll come to that later. So now let me go to my YouTube. Let me show you how you get embedded. So if I go to YouTube now, so if I want any of these videos, okay, let's assume now I want to play, I want to embed this particular video. Okay.
My name is
I'm going to click on share. I will click on share. Now, once you click on share, you will see embed. You are not going to copy. This is not the URL you're going to copy. No, you're going to copy the embedded. The embedded URL is different. So you click on share, then you will see these options, whether to share on WhatsApp, X, Facebook, or whatever. Click on embed. Click on embed. Now you can see this source attribute. You see this whole source attribute. You can just take it. This whole source attribute, take all of them. You can see that it contains www.youtube.com/embed. That is what you would take. Just copy the whole source is equal to all the source, copy it, and then go to your code. And then I will just take out this source like this. Then I will paste what I have there. So look at it. It says www.youtube.com/embed. If you want to embed into an iframe and the link does not have this embed, I don't think it will be, you're wrong. So I will save it. I will go to the browser and then what is wrong? Okay, so I think I will go for allow full screen. Let me add this allow full screen. Allow full screen. And for some reason it's not working. Okay, what is wrong? Whew. Oh God. I don't like debugging while we are here. Oh, okay, sorry. You see my mistake. That's my mistake. The allow full screen. Let's save and go to the browser. It's still not here. What is happening? Okay, let me pause and fix it. Okay, let me pause my recording and fix it so that I don't waste too much of your time here. Sorry, guys, I didn't know that my server went off. That was the time my Visual Studio Code stopped. So I didn't even restart the server. So you can see now that we have the embedded video here. So if I go back to my Visual Studio Code, you will see that we just have the source that we have copied from the YouTube and we have allow full screen. So let's assume I remove this allow full screen and save it. If I still go, we still have it. All right. So even without the allow full screen, you can still see just have to give it the source. So here, somebody can play this video from here. Do you understand? Somebody can play a YouTube video from here. Okay, so this is how you embed using the iframe. Okay, so all you have to do is to give it the source, and the source has to be pointing to the embedded URL. So you can also make audios accessible, provide text transcript, avoid autoplay with sound. Okay, don't use autoplay. Allow the users to play the videos themselves because somebody might not, unless there is a reason for that. Okay, lazy loading. Always lazily load your videos. Use the loading equal to lazy. Okay, use the loading equals to lazy. Always use it so that it doesn't. Remember, like I told you in the last class, these videos are heavy. Their sizes can be heavy, so there will be no need for the browser to load them when they are not needed. Okay, so use loading lazy. Always compress your audios and videos before upload, just like you do for the images. Use modern formats like MP4, WebM, or MP3. So use descriptive file names for SEO and multimedia. Use captions and transcript. Avoid autoplay. Add structured data. And then to secure your multimedia, avoid untrusted embeds. Don't go and start embedding from sources that you don't trust. YouTube is a trusted source, so we can embed. Always use HTTPS from your sources. If you take a look at the iframe that we used here, we are using HTTPS. Okay, so make sure then limit autoplay permissions. Okay, so thank you very much. This is the part 3. The next one will go to the next class will be part 4. Okay, of week 3. Thank you very much. And if you have any question, come to the WhatsApp group, come to the community, and let's talk about it. See you in the next class.